The village of Skinninggrove originally had two separate neighbouring chapels, but over time the smaller building became home for the village's Methodist congregation, the other being demolished in 1972. I was invited in for the last service to take photographs to mark the chapel's passing. The regular organist Andrew Downs sadly died just a month earlier and was remembered fondly. Today the organ was played by Ken Thwaites, and the minister for the final service, Reverend Betty Bell, remembers having conducted several village weddings here. This Sunday the congregation numbered nearly 30, including some who had married here years ago. Although it was a poignant occasion, people enjoyed sharing memories of a time when the chapel had been at the heart of village life. Methodism developed in 18th century England, reaching out to communities who often felt neglected by the traditional religion of the day. The opening of the first large-scale ironstone mine in Skinninggrove brought miners from across the United Kingdom. Many of these miners were already committed Methodists, and so the existing small congregation swelled. Educational talks and pantomimes had been among the many events organised by the chapel. One of the congregation remembered attending Sunday school here in the late 1940s. Pantomimes were very popular, showing for a full week in Skinninggrove, attracting coachloads from Steers and even touring other villages. Sunday school outings were a real treat for Grovers, as people didn't often have to leave the village for anything. The competition included singing, Bible reading, handicraft, painting, and sewing. The only regular village attendees in recent years have been the chapel's warden, Margaret Evans, and her husband, Tommy, who live just next door. Margaret has spent decades caring for the chapel, looking after the building and the congregation. Tommy told me he's never been religious, but has always supported his wife in her work. At one time, these pews would have been full, with Skinninggrove's population reaching over 2,000 by the 1880s. Today it's around 460. Recently it's only local weddings and funerals which have filled the pews. Standing in a conservation area, although not a listed building, it's clear lots of money will be needed to bring the chapel back to life. Some would love to make it a family home, another suggested it becoming a youth hostel. A couple said they'd like to see it as an art centre. Most expect it to be more holiday lets or perhaps a cafe, but for now the door is closed. The end of an era for Skinninggrove, and most especially for Margaret, who we thank for her years of devotion.